Hello, everyone. So this is a April 3rd recap for the day. In the beginning of the week, what I was talking about with the indices, specifically NASDAQ, was I wanted to see NASDAQ essentially take these equal highs, but I did want to see a trade below this sell side here first. So here on the daily, we also had this giant BISI. We did close below the CE, but what I cared the most about was this down close candlestick. We kind of compared it to this one right here, right? Where it was, there was no candle that traded into the body of this. And finally, we had this candle that traded into it and completely took off. Same with this here, right? This was the candle that closed above this candle here, right? Once we got that, excuse me, um, we never really saw another trade back into this candle, neither the wick or the body, right? And as you guys can see here, we wicked right into it and then took off, right? And I did want to show you guys here on the 4 hours. So once we retreated away from this area and went down to the sell side down here, and eventually hit the daily order block there, as you guys can see, there's also a 4 hour BISI right over here. We can see that the bodies of these candlesticks are just completely respecting that daily order block. Okay, something to keep in mind of there. All right, and we eventually just traded into it and then went back up to where I was marking this new week opening gap, because if we turn on the new week opening gap indicator here, we can see I said right after this area here, I'd really like a trade right back into this new week opening gap. And if we can see here, the CE of this new week opening gap was perfectly hit during this Asia session, okay? And I will go over that in a bit. But we went from new week opening gap, these old ones here, and obviously the other PDRAs that we were looking at, all the way right back to this new week opening gap. And this is the current one. That's why this one is important, okay? So I definitely do want to see price now, especially for NFP. I am expecting Thursday to be a bit slower, since we got some crazy volatility so far during the week. I do want to see Friday head up with speed to take these highs out here. This is a very, very nice looking highs there. I definitely do want to see if they can be taken out. All right. Go down to the hourly. Same thing here. Nothing much. This was very clean as well. This little trade down today. We hit a previous new week opening gap. But we also hit something else. We also hit the New York opening price right here. So there's a lot of things right here. We can see to the tick how perfectly this hit and referred back to this new week opening gap from the 10th of March. Okay. Traded right into that and then essentially just completely took off, right? And this was essentially during Asia session, which was pretty wild to see. But we do have the time models for that, right? We have the time models that show exactly what happened there, right? So I'm definitely looking to see, a little forecast here. I do want to see if we can tap into this and then get a little manipulation down, maybe down here or even lower here, and then eventually get a long setup and head higher to all these highs here. There's equal highs here. There's also equal highs here. All of this. There's a lot of liquidity. So this is extremely bullish right now. And we can see what happens from here on out, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. We can also expect these new week opening gaps to be hit. I definitely want to see this high, 18,626, and I know that's a lot, but it is NFP, and we could get a huge move all the way to that level up there. Okay, I've been calling these levels out, but before we get to these levels, I obviously, I said we got to watch for this low. I didn't expect this to go this low here, but I did call out the levels. I mentioned them in the group or in the live specifically, and I said to watch out for those. All right. So, for those who have been reading the book and looking at the weekly models, please mark them. Make sure you're on regular trading hours. And let me get rid of this now that we're done with that. Make sure you're on regular trading hours, as Ivan mentions in the book, from 9:30 to 9:30. So Monday's 9:30 to the next Monday's 9:30 is where you draw those. circle of 9 time fibs, and you can see it playing out beautifully here. Okay. One thing I do want to say is to definitely on futures, if you're trading futures, definitely try using the fibs on all the time frames here. I know Ivan says to use 9:30 to 9:30, but for my future traders, definitely take a look at that, as it also is pretty accurate as well. Gives you some nice times and timing for futures. Okay. Going on to what happened today. Obviously, in the morning we had a huge, expansive move up. Same exact thing, guys. Same exact thing. Usually, if you have expansive move in the morning, you will. Or I mean, this was basically distribution, right? We had a little manipulation here, and then beautiful, just completely takes off here, and then for from lunch and onward, right? We just have kind of like this chop, right? Not chop, but not too clean, right? But I definitely want to draw attention to here in this area. Please look at the time models, and I will give just a little bit. Model 111 played out here, and I use a specific time, so please take a look at that and back test that. And it did hit a root candle in this area, okay? And that would be the 953 root candle, so please mark that. Went straight to it. It also hit this New York opening price, midnight price, okay? That's not part of digital time theory, that's ICT concepts. So definitely take a look at that. Very beautiful. Everything is algorithmic, extremely clean, okay? And take a look at Asia session as well. This move started at a specific time, hit the CE of this new week opening gap that I've been calling out since Tuesday and Monday. I mean, obviously, Tuesday we got that sell off, but right after Tuesday I said I wanted to see a trade back up into here, which we got. All right. So that is pretty much it for this session. Just a little recap for so far what's been going on in the week, and I definitely do want to see these highs be taken out, and then we'll move on from there. So definitely look at the Icarus model for the weekly session, the weekly time models, and let's see what happens there. And with that being said, hope you all have a good night, day, whenever you're watching this, and I will definitely be doing these recaps. Just keep an eye out for those. I'll be posting them in the videos channel for the members. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day and evening, and I'll catch you guys later.